Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Otaku, having coming at you with another anime episode review. Today I'll be reviewing Ajin episode 6. This has been my second time doing it because I forgot to switch my mic back around even though I still had it on. I had to go in the options and the audio should be right this time. But anyway, we're moving along with the story as far as Kei's actually trying to escape. Mr. Sato realizes that the whole thing failed because Kei was just like, I'm sorry for all the trouble that I caused you. Yet he's still counting on him to escape. So he didn't really get the hatred of humans that Mr. Sato was hoping to breed in 2K at that time. And K actually maintains his humanity throughout the whole scenario. You can see this later on by when K basically tries to take Mr. Sato's gun from him and actually kills him in order to protect some of the doctors that were in the room. He even hatched a plan with these doctors to get them out safely by using himself as a decoy after finding out that he can be murdered if his head separated from his body, as his body will generate a new head, probably losing the consciousness and the personality of whoever the agent is, which in this case it would have been Kay. So Kay sacrificed or tried to, risk himself as a sacrifice to get them to escape in exchange for them to draw them a path leading to the safest exit of the whole facility. So basically, they led him up to the roof after he managed to escape, and one of the doctors basically hid out in a side room and was like, "Well, he's probably going to chase us if Kay escapes or if he kills Kay, because he wants to kill whoever he saw at the top any loose ends." So basically, he hid out in another room, hoping that he would pass by him. And at first, he did stop in from the room and thought about passing by him. But my assumption was while he was doing that, he was actually checking the room with his agent. But we found out after that he opened the door and sent his agent in there to kill him. And the humans can actually see agents in a time of heightened emotional state. And basically, he just killed him at that point. So Sato continues on. Sato makes it up to the top of the roof, and basically, Kei and the last doctor that's alive, are trying to basically escape from all the people. And the doctor said he waited because he needed to teach Kei how to use the fire escape or some kind of escape route for the building. And Kay's like, "Don't worry about it. You don't have to teach me that. I'm an agent. Remember, I can just jump off the edge of the building. I can die, and I can come back to life, and all this good shit. Or I can I can try it myself, and if I fail, then I die, then I come back to life. So there's really no reason you teach me." He's like, "Oh right, so I forgot about that." But there's another reason I stayed. Once we escape out of this, I can use my car to take you anywhere. I've been thinking about quitting my job anyway because they have me doing all these bad things that are happening to everybody. So well, everybody that's an agent, he's basically doing a bunch of immoral things or morally gray things that he didn't really want to do. So he was thinking about quitting. And basically, Sato comes up and starts shooting at him. They try to escape, and he gets shot. So after he gets shot, Sato's still chasing after Kay, and Kay is trying to run away from him until he hears a doctor basically laying on the ground, and he has a moral dilemma there for a second and decides that he needs to rescue that doctor. So he risks his life yet again to rescue that doctor, but Mr. Sato's out of ammo at this point, so he's trying to chase him down with a knife. And as he's escaping with the doctor, he calls on his agent, and we got to see a bit of an agent fight, which these agent fights are really annoying to me. I don't really like them, simply because every time they have an agent fight, they have to have it in the dark. I'm ready for an agent fight in the light where you can actually see the agents, because in both the agents fights we've had so far, the agents have been half blacked out on both sides, or more than half blacked out on both sides, and you can barely see any of the punches. You can see some of them they're a little bit more clear than others, but there really wasn't much of a fight there, and they ended the fight on a headbutt. Basically, the two headbutted each other, shared memories through the headbutt. Apparently, that's what happens when agents headbutt each other, or their heads connect. So that could be used as intelligence transfer later on, which would be pretty interesting. But the agents disappeared after that, so I don't know how long that renders them incapable of using that agent past that point. I can't think that it's going to be more than a couple of hours. But anyway, Sato basically just enjoyed the whole fight. He was watching it as like an experiment the whole time, while Kay was trying to figure out how to escape, and he basically drops the doctor off the side of a building into a hedge bush, and all the media is sitting out there watching him like, "Oh my god, he just dropped the doctor off the side of the building. Was he trying to kill him?" When sorry, when in reality, basically what he was trying to do was save the doctor. So he drops him on a hedge bush to save the doctor, but it looks like he's trying to kill him, and that's gonna be very bad for Kay later on, I believe. And the doctor, right before he was thrown off the side of the building, told Kay that if he jumped into the drainage ditch, then he would probably be able to float out into the ocean because the drainage ditch has been building up over the past couple of days. And then they have to release the drainage ditch into the ocean, so they will be able to ride the ocean out into the next piece of land, basically. So where Kay will appear next time, it could be pretty much any country in the world, not just Japan. So it's going to be interesting on where he arrives or how he handles the whole scenario. Because, say for instance, he dies of drowning, then he basically, would he refill up with air so he can start swimming again, or would he just stay dead until he comes to a piece of land to where he basically come back to life then because he's drowned to death basically. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. But the doctor, the main doctor guy, the scientist, who's trying to explain to all the other doctors who discredit him, saying he's like, your thick skulls won't allow you to comprehend that the matter is 100% transparent, which it can't be 100% transparent if they see it in a heightened emotional state. So it's probably somewhere roughly around 90 to 95% transparent. Like he said, he compared it to a glass, which is 70 to 80% transparent. So if it's 95% transparent or so, it would stand to reason that, or 99% even, that it would stand to reason that humans, run the risk of, or run the chance of actually not being able to see the IBM. And when something's triggered in their brain, that they would be then allowed to see the IBM. In my opinion, that's what I think. What I think it leads to. But I just really hope we get a good Ajin fight soon where it's not half blacked out in the dark, where we can actually see the Ajins are black. Like, we've seen the Ajin appear to Kay the first time out in the day, so there's nothing in the day that's going to prevent them from showing up. I don't understand why they had to hide all the Ajin fights because, I mean, the area was pretty well lit, but they still wanted to dim out everything, which really annoyed me. But I really enjoyed the whole arc, and I really enjoyed the whole episode anyway because it's basically a summarized version. If I can compare it to One Piece of Impel Down, basically they broke somebody out, and then tried to escape. But obviously there's a whole lot more things that happen within the Impel Down arc. But this dude summarized prison break and escape in one episode, did a very good job of it. So overall, this episode, I believe it was an excellent episode. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because I really enjoyed it. But that's all, guys. Peace.